Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Labor Day weekend. Well deserved for a lot of you. So enjoy it. I hope you have big plans or no plans at all. Spend time on a lake, spend time watching college football, whatever you want to do. I'm really looking forward to it. College football is here. Week one officially started last night, and we had a slew of games. Nothing spectacular. The Big Ten teams looked a little left a lot to be desired, but they squeaked out the wins. Um, Rutgers barely beat Ohio U. Wisconsin didn't look great. Won. Nebraska beat Cincy by 3. But at any rate, everyone plays this week, and we're looking forward to it. Tomorrow, there's a lot of good. Well, there's a lot of good matchups this week. Tomorrow kicks off at noon with Texas at Ohio State. Texas is the favorite in that game. I don't know about that. Road team at Ohio State, defending national champions, being the favorite. I think I'd take the dog. I think I would take Ohio State. Why not? I mean, I think it's pretty even matchup. So don't get me wrong. I'm not sure what's going to happen this game, but I'll take points with Ohio State at home. Absolutely. So there's that game. There's also a big matchup between Notre Dame and Miami. That one is being played down at Miami Gardens, Hard Rock Stadium. The Canes, the home team, are the underdogs in that one as well. And same scenario. I'm not sure what's going to happen there in that game, but I do know that if I had to place a bet on it, I don't have to, right? Probably will, because why not? But if I had to, or if you were asking me, and I'm telling you, I think I would take the points with the home team. I know that's goes against the grain with a lot of the locals being Indiana folks, Notre Dame fans, but going on the road to Miami. Um, Not a big fan of Mario Cristobal, coach of Miami, but I think the Irish have the coaching advantage there. But Miami's a good team, good program. You're playing in Miami, so I don't know. Seems a little odd that they're the underdog, but we'll see. Also in state, we've got the Fighting Cardinals of Ball State University. Chirp, chirp. Going up to West Lafayette to take on Purdue. And who knows what's going to happen. These teams both have first year coaches. Ball State, I know more about, obviously, being the fan that I am. Uh, like a lot of mid majors, they lose so many people to the portal. And if you have any good players at all as a mid major, you're going to lose them to Power Five conference teams with larger NIL programs. That happened to Ball State. They lost some really good players, even though they had a rough year last year. They lost some really good players uh, to larger programs. And in fact, even on the mid-major level, Ball State gets outbid for the players. So they're having to retool things all the time. But I know Purdue's coming off a one-win season, has a new coach. The Cardinals are getting 17 and a half. I'll take it. I'll take that. I think I think the MAC teams, what we saw so far last night, showed pretty well. They showed pretty well. Um, Miami, Ohio played Wisconsin pretty well. Ohio, you had a chance to beat Rutgers. So, if that scale continues, whether it's teams a little better than Purdue and Ball State, but that level of play kind of continues, then I don't see why Ball State can't keep this within 17 points. I'm going to take the Cardinals. Also locally, the Indiana Hoosiers get started and kick off their juggernaut of a non-conference schedule again with Old Dominion. Um, so we'll see what happens there. I mean, IU should be really solid. They should blow through the non-conference schedule. I think they got Kennesaw State and Indiana State after this. So, their non-conference will continue to be a discussion for a long time because Kurt Cignetti runs his mouth, talks about scheduling like an SEC school, which is absurd. Um, That doesn't make any sense. Florida, for example, alone, non-conference plays Miami, Florida State, and USF, South Florida, which demolished number 14 Boise State last night. So don't just do your schedule, be quiet, get your wins, and move on down the road. But don't talk trash and then have that trash schedule. Things do get harder for IU non-conference in the coming years, and by coming years I'm talking 5 years from now. 2030 I think is the first time they play a Power 5 non-conference game. So anyway, so the Hoosiers kick off tomorrow as well. Looking forward to it. They're just good matchups around the country. I mentioned two of them. I think you can add. Is it Monday night? LSU plays Clemson. That may be the day that game happens. I can't remember, but that's going on too. Good matchup. Hey, good. LSU, Clemson. They don't have to play non-conference, but that's how you figure out true strengths of schedule and powers of the conference. You can't just play nobody and then say, well, our conference is superior. How do you know? You got to play interconference games, and this is something the SEC has required of its schools across the board for a while. Is that you have to play a Power 5 non-conference game. So now Big Ten people will tell you, well, we've always played 9 conference games. I'll take Rutgers over Florida State or Miami or Clemson or you know whomever. Um, Oregon or whoever that you're playing non-conference. So that will change in the SEC in the future too. They'll still require other teams to play a non-conference Power 5, and they're playing non-9 conference games, which in the SEC it's just a brutal stretch of games most of the time. But at any rate, college football's here. We're glad. Final week without the NFL. That gets started next week, so we can talk about that more next week. We'll leave it alone this week. I will say, though, a couple items that are NFL related, but I'm not going to go into. This has nothing to do with the season per se, as far as week one and who plays who and picking games. But Micah Parsons, big news in the NFL. He doesn't come to an agreement with the Cowboys. The Cowboys trade him yesterday, a week before the season starts. Just weird timing. I don't get it. I guess if you had an idea, maybe they didn't have an idea, but you should have had an idea of where you were in March. Then it seems to me this would have been the move to make in March. But a week before the season, I'm not really sure why they did. They get 2 first-round draft picks from the Green Bay Packers, but if the Packers do what the Packers should do, those picks don't look to be anything spectacular in the next couple years. So honestly, you lost one of the best defensive players in the league for 2 very low first-round draft picks. I don't understand it. Now, what I do understand a little bit, and I've had a little bit of back and forth with this, but I've come to the realization that the money just got too big. And Micah Parsons is going to be paid what's the highest contract a non-QB's ever gotten in the NFL, and he's kind of a pain. His podcast, I don't know, his teammates have to answer for things he says on his podcast, and I wouldn't call him a bad teammate. I have no idea, but I do know that kind of stuff can wear on teams as well. And when you're paying someone that much money, I don't know. Maybe it's just a situation where, look, we're not going to pay a non-quarterback that much money. We that salary cap will be used for multiple players in the future. You don't just replace Micah Parsons, but the Cowboys have caught a lot of heat on this one, and frankly, a lot of it's deserved, if not most of it. It doesn't make any sense from a strategic team building standpoint. It's not a trade that builds. It's not a trade that makes you better immediately, for sure, and it doesn't really build for the future per se. And So it doesn't make any sense strategically, and it doesn't make any sense off the field. Other than that, I don't know. Uh, they made that decision, and that made the news. And Green Bay just got a lot better. So look for the Packers to already be good, but kick it up a notch a little bit. But we'll talk more about that next week. Final thing, passing of Jim Irsay, very sad. Heard a lot of things read a lot of things from people and articles written about, whether the fan base of Indy deserves to know this, that, and the other. I say no, we don't. Um, Jim Irsay, for most of his years, did wonderful things for this community, or for all of his years, did wonderful things for this community, and was a big part of making the Colts what they are today, and laying the foundation, having his daughters run the organization now. Um, so, by all accounts, from folks around the league, for years he was known as one of the best general managers in the league, and players loved him, and other GMs respected him. Um, and he had his battles and he had his demons, and I just don't feel like it's my or any fan or citizen's um, business to know everything. And frankly, I'm sad that it all came out, um, and wonder how that came out. That's going to be an interesting story rolling forward. But Jim Irsay did great things for this city, the organization, the fan base, and his daughters will continue that legacy. And that's all I'm thinking about right now. And so, looking forward to the Colts. Can we get a week one win for a change, please? My gosh, it's been a decade. So get a week one win. Let's move forward. Let's move into the next era, and let's have that next era start right now. And so that's all I've got for today. Have a great weekend. I'm also very excited. You got see my horse calendar up here, thoroughbred calendar. Very excited about watching Kentucky Downs racing on NBC. Thinking about going down there. Not really sure, but it is just north of Nashville. It's in the countryside. It's old school, kind of European style turf racing. People tailgate, set up their pop up tents, everything. $1 million races, $2 million races, a $3 million race. It's a major meet, only 7 days, and it really kicks off this weekend. So thinking about going down there for that. Watching a little bit on NBC. Hey, horse racing, folks, time to take in a little horse racing. Fox has Saratoga on Saturday and Sunday, I do believe. Pretty sure they still have Saratoga on Saturday. And Saturday afternoon anyway, and NBC is going to be live from Franklin, Kentucky, down at Kentucky Downs from 3 to 5. So plenty to watch. U.S. Open tennis, love it. Love the U.S. Open tennis and Labor Day weekend, college football, and everything. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Take care.